Hello and welcome back to the Amber Wave Show. I am Stephen and this is James. Welcome.
And if you are new here, please like and subscribe as we are en route to 100 subscribers.
So now usually we would start by looking back at this week's game against Parson Drove away from home. However, neither myself nor James was at the game this week. Game day, Taylor was. He was on the show a few weeks ago as an interview. He's done a post-match analysis for us. Here's the video of his thoughts after the Parson Drove game.
Hello, the Amber Wave Show. Hello, Stephen and all the viewers. Here's a little match recap for you from FC Parson Drove versus Great Yarmouth Town in the Furlough None Division 1 North. It was also a tricky game today for Great Yarmouth. Comes Parson Drove, a team who gave Yarmouth a fright at the Wellesley, being 2-0 up at half time. Yarmouth did come back to win that game 3-2. But the main player today is the wind, and the wind plays a huge part in the game. It's going to be, even before the game, we knew the wind was going to play a huge part in the result today. But Yarmouth started off very quickly indeed. It was only a few minutes before Mitchell Belmar opened up the scoring. So Yarmouth getting off to a good start there, very much needed. They got the second, George Cousins with the goal, and fantastic finish that was, because I thought the chance had gone. I think it was almost on a volley or a half volley. George Cousins with a fantastic goal there. But to be fair to Parson Drove, they did come back into the game. They had a set piece which Great Yarmouth couldn't fully clear. Bit of a scramble in the box, and in the end they did get that goal back. And at 2-1, me, DJ, a lot of the other Yarmouth fans here, all right, fantastic support for Great Yarmouth today, really coming out in numbers. We were nervous, we knew we needed another goal before half time. As a matter of fact, we got another two. The first one, absolute stunner. I hope someone else got the full thing. Aaron Sanders, from what we believe the halfway line, getting the first for Great Yarmouth Town. Absolutely studs. One of the best goals I've ever seen scored at this level. Crept over the line. Limbs at 3-1, and a couple of minutes later, true limbs, running almost the length of the pitch there. Louis, and then to celebrate with Louis Duffield, he got the fourth. It was live from the rebound. I think it was Tyler Halliday who had the shot. Louis Duffield with the rebound into the back of the net at half time. It was Great Yarmouth Town 4, FC Parson Drove 1. Second half was always going to be tricky though for Great Yarmouth. They had the wind against them in the second half. Parson Drove did get a goal back, a free kick, looping in. Was it the wind? We spoke with Brandon Ling. He just said it was poor goalkeeping from himself, but I'll blame it on the wind. I'm not going to blame it on Brandon, who did make some fantastic saves in the second half. Brandon Ling, he really kept Yarmouth in the game. How Yarmouth didn't score, I don't know. Jesse Fenn hit the post from about 2 yards out. He was gutted. And Aaron Sanders, I believe it was, had a header that was scooped. It was almost David Seaman for Arsenal versus Sheffield United all them years ago, just palming it out off the line. How it didn't go in, I don't know. But in the end, Parson Drove could only get one in the second half. So it meant it finished at Main Road. Parson Drove 2, Great Yarmouth Town 4. Great Yarmouth Town is still top after Framlingham's win. But I'm sure Stephen will go through all the league tables now. But yes, fantastic game. And a little caveat, if you want to see the goals, check out Game Day and Non-League Wonders. I'm sure Stephen will be kind enough to leave them in the description below.
Are we human? Or are we bloaters? My silence lights all. My hands are cold, and I'm on my knees looking for the answers. Are we human, or are we bloaters?
Yeah, so another win for Great Yarmouth. We stay top of the league, yes, and we now sit on 87 points, which is 3 points off our best ever points record of 90 from the 09-10 season, with 3 games remaining.
Yeah, and Framlingham do stay hot on our tail. However, they are 1 point behind us on 86 points. They only have 2 games left of the season, though, so we do have that game in hand.
Yeah. Now it is time to look at this weekend's game. Firstly, Framlingham play Cornard, which will be a very tough game. Cornard are in the final playoff slot. We're in 5th with 68 points. Framlingham, in their last 5 games, have won 3, drawn 2, and lost 1.
Yeah, obviously with Yarmouth sitting top of the league with the last 5 games, we have won 3 and drew 2. Those 2 were against Whittlesey and CBS. Now, Stanway Pegasus, they sit 3rd in the league They're on 73 points, which means we are guaranteed second
Yep.
spot regardless of what happens in the last few games. They have only won 2 out of their last 5, with losing 3 recently, losing to Haverhill Rovers 1-0. My prediction for this game is going to be Great Yarmouth 2, Stanway 1.
My prediction, I'm going to go for a 2-0 Yarmouth win, keep that clean sheet. But I just think we'll be up for it because it is a big game for us if
It's
other
huge.
results go our way.
Yeah.
But we just must focus on our own game because that's all we can control. And yeah, I think boys will be up for it. They'll be confident. We got the win over them last time with a clean sheet. It's at home. Atmosphere, I think, will be hopefully good.
I can see another 300 attendance.
Yeah, I think there'll be a very good high crowd. So yeah, all up for this game.
Yeah, as much as we can only the players can only do what they do on the pitch, we can only sing from the stands. It is worth saying, though, if Great Yarmouth Town win and Framlingham lose, that seals promotion for Great Yarmouth, and Great Yarmouth will be playing in the Thurlow Premier next season. If Great Yarmouth win and Framlingham draw, it does mean that we only need 1 point
in the next 2 without
out
game
in the
at home.
next 2. And obviously, they'll only have 1 game to play over heading into the last week. But now it is competition time, and it is our 3rd instalment of our little trip to the arcade. Me and James decided to see who could kick the football the hardest in the opposite thing to a boxer, the kicker.
Yeah.
So, this is the 3rd instalment of our arcades. It's the kicking challenge. So, what is it, 5-2 now to me after I broke my hand? I'll bleep that out. You go first.
Oh. 8-17.
I'm left-handed.
Cool.
Messi's you're not left footed? I'm left footed as well.
That's it.
Okay, again.
Actually, accidentally.
For the 8-17.
Yeah, 17 to beat.
17 to beat.
Oh, he's done it! He's done it! 8:48.
That's 3 in a row. Is it?
It's
been close every time.
It's happens again.
What's that, 6-2?
6-2.
6-2.
Come on. Yeah. And as you just seen, this week's competition winner was me.
Yeah, it was a decent attempt. We both did. We got quite a high score, but
Yeah, I thought you were going to win that one.
yeah, to be honest, I thought I was the favourite going into the kicking one. In the punching one, you definitely had it. But
I mean, yeah, but I'm not really a fighter.
but yeah, fair play.
Well, if anyone saw me at the Histon game, you might have thought,
Oh, yeah.
"Wise."
Yeah. That's
I
true.
hate
That's true.
Histon. But yeah, so I am leading that little bit further. I think what should we do? I think there's 3 more episodes that we can do
Yeah.
before the break of the season. So this episode, next week's episode, 4. Well, 3 after this one. This week's episode, next week's
unless
episode.
we do this episode after the season for like a massive season review episode.
So this week's episode,
Yeah.
next week to review the Stanway game and look forward to the 2 games next week, and then revisiting the last few
Yeah.
games, and then a special episode
Of a season review.
of a season review. But yeah,
That could be quite a long episode, that one.
that could be a long episode.
But yeah, now it is time for this week's interview.
Today we have Mr. Footy on the Amber Wave Show. Firstly, thank you, Mr. Fee, for coming on. It's really good to have you on. We wanted to have you on for some time. Obviously, just the work schedules and stuff. So really, what sort of got you into fall in love with non-league football?
It's a funny one, really. So I started watching football around late 2018. The first game was Ipswich Aston Villa. But then I sort of got into football. I grew into football more, and so I joined Long Melford under 8, I think, at the time, and I decided to make an Instagram account for my goalkeeping when I was that age. So that was ran by my parents. Then I was on it one day, and then I saw Melford had a FA Cup game against the Northampton ON Chennex, so I asked my parents if I could go see that. Went to it. I think Melford won 3-2 with a last minute goal down to 10 men. And I really, really enjoyed it. So that's sort of what made me build a relationship with Melford.
It's fantastic, and it's lovely to see you're a goalkeeper as well. I'm a goalkeeper. We had Kids Talk Radio. He's a goalkeeper as well. All the best people are goalkeepers, aren't they?
Oh, I know, yeah.
So obviously, on the sadder side of non-league football, we're potentially losing a fair few clubs. New Salamis, potentially Downham Town with the issues that they have. Norwich CBS with the issues at FDC. We've already lost clubs like Norwich United, East Thurrock, Marsk, Nuneaton, and others. What do you think is going wrong, and what do you think the FA, in your opinion, can do more to help clubs not go under like this?
Well, I think it's really a mixture of things. It's such as letting people into the clubs that aren't financially ready to, take control of a club. It's issues like, for example, Norwich United letting those people into the club, which sort of was the downfall of Norwich, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's just all about financial. I don't really think enough money goes into it. But if you look at like Bury in 2019 or 2020, I think they had that owner. He bought the club for I think £1. I think he didn't know what the club was. Bury had an offer come in to the FA, and so the guy was financially prepared, but the FA said no. So at the same time, you can blame the club, but you can also blame the FA because, yeah.
So obviously you do a lot of media for the clubs. Could you give us an insight on the day as the media guy at a non-league club?
No, it's a bit of a weird one, really, because I go to a school which has Saturday school, which obviously isn't ideal up until 12:45. So dependent on where I'm going, sometimes I'd have to go straight from school to the ground, or I'd have a bit of time, come back, whatever, get prepared. So, yeah. So it's like doing notes. It's getting everything ready, tripods, seeing phones charged, everything like that.
I bet there's a lot of stuff you got to go in beforehand, getting the stats, getting all of the information that you need.
Yeah, it's obviously going to like sometimes the other team's website. Sometimes you might have to send like a message out to the club to see like who we need to watch out for. For like the Hadley game yesterday night, I knew they had Josh Folkes, great player, Tom Warren, Carlos Edwards, ex-Ipswich, ex-Sunderland, who players we would need to watch out, and we did have to watch out. Josh Folkes actually scored yesterday, I think. So it's all about getting everything prepared. Yeah.
So, am I right in saying you've sort of got two clubs at the moment, AFC Sudbury and Long Melford?
Yeah, obviously Sudbury, Long Melford, more recently KPR.
Oh yeah.
Haven't done anything for them yet, but hopefully I'll be able to make semi-final against Stanway, which I think will be a good game. So really big club, hopefully on their way up.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw we do not have too much love for Stanway as Great Yarmouth. I won't go into the reasons why because I got told when we can't go into them. Obviously, Long Melford, they're not sitting in the best position in the league. I believe there's no relegation in the Thurlow Nunn North this season. So
No relegation.
obviously, every club, every fan wants their team to win the league back to back every season. What, in your opinion, what is the realistic expectation of the team heading into this upcoming season? Is it consolidating a sort of mid-table, steering clear for relegation, or?
Um, so for this year, I believe the goal was, so we finished 11th last year. We wanted to build on that. Obviously, it didn't go to plan first half of the season. The first win was away against Sheringham, which was roughly halfway through the season. So that obviously wasn't ideal. So we sat at the bottom of the league with, I think, 2 or 3 points when we got our first win. So we had that big draw against Newmarket, big draw against Peppers. So obviously next year we want to build on that. Hopefully mid-table again. Then we wanted to build. We probably want to build on that again. Push for playoffs maybe, and hopefully step for football is the plan.
Yeah, I mean, I can see Longmouth forgetting it. To be fair, it's a nice little ground. You got a good set of fans. I went to the AGM for Yarmouth last season. Obviously, we steered clear of relegation by a brilliant end to the season. We went, I think it was 6 unbeaten to gain promotion. I chose the question of, do you think we can get promoted this season? And they didn't think so. However, we're at the moment sitting top of the league, point clear, game in hand. I can't see why that can't happen to Long Melford. If little Great Yarmouth can do it, I think Long Melford can do it. You have a good youth system, right, to filter through.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've got a decent youth system. We've got people who came through, such as Hugo Hertz, brilliant player. He was under 18s captain not that long ago. So he's got a bright future. We've got potential at the club. So obviously beforehand we've got Rosnan and Jarrett obviously left, gone to Framlingham now. So you're close rivals.
Yeah.
So there's loads and loads of potential at the club. It's just when they get the chance, they have to take it, I think.
100%. Well, so thank you ever so much, Mr. Footy, for coming on. It's really appreciated. If anyone doesn't know who Mr. Footy is, brilliant young media guy, goalkeeper. So obviously that's another feather in the cap for Long Melford. We're going to put his Twitter in the description, if I remember to do a description this week, because I forgot to do it last week. But thank you ever so much for coming on. It's really appreciated it.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you so much. Brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah, so brilliant interview.
And that is another episode done and dusted.
Yeah, so please follow us on our socials. Our Twitter handle is @AmberWaveGY, and if you Facebook search the Amber Wave on Facebook, then you'll be able to find us. And like and subscribe to the video if you got this far. Other than that, we hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next week.